And there's a connection. Every year at this ceremony, the Student Arts Festival Planning Committee recognizes individuals who work with members of the campus community on a variety of programs, projects, and events. And we call this recognition our Partner Award. And for this year, we are pleased to recognize two individuals who have been part of our Stony Brook family for many, many years. They are legendary Foghat drummer Roger Earl and Foghat manager Linda Arcello Earl. And before I talk about their connection to the campus, let me give you a little bit of background about Linda and Roger. Linda Arcello Earl began her association with Foghat in 1976, serving as their business manager. She branched out into artist management when she worked with the late Rod Price and the late Eddie Lou Van Kirkland. And then she stepped away from the music industry and started a computer consultancy called Business Support Corporation. And in 2000, she returned to the Foghat family in the role of manager. And as manager, Linda coordinates the many aspects of the business for the band, overseeing staff, coordinating tours, helping to schedule recording sessions, doing artwork, overseeing promotions, publicity, and more. Roger Earl is co-founder and drummer for the blues rock band Foghat. Formed in 1970, Foghat has been recording and touring ever since. The band has earned 8 gold records, 1 platinum record, and 1 double platinum record. And their total recording output is over 20 albums, 8 compilations, and 24 singles, including rock radio standards, Slow Ride that you just heard, Fool for the City, Driving Wheel, and Stone Blue. The music of Foghat is timeless, whether it's young kids jamming to Guitar Hero 3, to their music, while longtime fans filling arenas and stadiums. Foghat's reputation as one of music's best bands is well-earned and deserved. So today we honor Linda and Roger for their longtime connection to the campus. Linda's a 1987 SSI graduate, and Roger, both of them have been guest speakers at my media arts minor and honors college classes for many years. And they were the first to volunteer to participate in a panel of careers in music that we held at the Wong Center several years ago. And they've welcomed Stony Brook students to serve as interns in the Foghat organization. And recognizing the importance of college radio and the role that our campus station WSB plays in our community, Linda and Roger always take the time to visit the station studios as interviewees and guest disc jockeys. And WSB staff especially appreciate the fact that Roger and Linda have debuted new Foghat releases over the WSB airways before making the music available to any other broadcast operation, and that's really terrific. So Linda and Roger are true friends and partners, and we're definitely pleased to recognize them. I also want to welcome a special guest who I'm going to introduce him, and I'm going to ask him to join me in presenting the awards. I'd like this time to invite a very special guest to join me in the presentations, and that's Danny Miranda, who is the bass player for the legendary rock band Blue Oyster Cult. A good friend of mine, a musical comrade, as well as friend to Linda and Roger. Danny's recognized as one of the leading bass players on the international rock scene today. He's a Long Islander, and his musical resume is extensive and impressive. Danny held the bass chair for tours by Meatloaf, driving the bass lines of the classic Bat Outta Hell record. Remember that one from Meatloaf? Well, Danny was playing that live, the bass lines. Danny was a member of the band of for the 2004 Las Vegas run of the We Will Rock You musical, and that gig for Danny led him to actually join up with Queen, Brian May and Roger Taylor for their World 2005-2006 World Tour. Danny was the bass player for Queen. Danny's been a member of Blue Oyster Cult on tours on and off since 1995. He's been back in the band on a regular basis for the past few years, where you can hear him drive the bass lines of rock radio standards Burning for You, Godzilla, and of course, Don't Fear the Reaper. So a frequent guest speaker in my classes, I'm pleased to invite my good friend Danny Miranda to the podium to join me, say a few words, and then we'll honor Roger and Linda. Welcome, Danny Miranda.
Okay. I'm very happy to be here. It's great to be in a place that holds the arts in such high regard. So thank you, Norman, and everyone. And It's a pleasure to speak about two of my favorite people in the world, Roger and Linda. Pay it forward. That's a phrase that comes to mind. I've heard both of them mention that many times. That's their credo, that's how they live. They love music, they love the arts, they love giving back. And it's no surprise to me that they're being honored tonight with this. You know, from my experience, I haven't been in the business as long as Roger and Linda, but I've been in it enough to kind of get a good feel as to what the entertainment business is about, and it can be a very cold, untrusting place, and Roger and Linda are the exception to the rule. And there are people like that out there. You gotta have to sift through the others. And I'm very lucky and very blessed to call them my friends. And people like that, if you're in their orbit, doing what we do is much easier, and it's a much better and happier place. So this is very well deserved to my good friends Roger and Linda. So.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you, Danny. Before we go too much farther, Amanda Holiday, what a voice! She was just beautiful, stunning. That's a real talent, even to these jaded ears. She was beautiful. Let's see, I wrote some notes. I'll try not to get too much. The path that you students have decided to pursue is all about passion. Education with passion of yours is imperative to your success in your chosen field. So, be a sponge and absorb all you can, while you can, at this really cool place for further education. I think Amanda's going to benefit. When you start looking for gainful employment, or just a chance to show who you are and what you can do, be ready to be able to handle rejection, or someone else's version of the truth and how they see it. This is the time that your passion for what you are will get you through to the next one. I suppose we should talk about entertainment next. No, that's too subjective, I think. Just give it everything you've got. Live in the moment, if you're playing or acting or whatever your part may be. It's a moment in time, and time moves on just fast. Enjoy your time. Try to work well with others. That's very important. Oh dear, I better not say that. Oh yeah, don't be a miserable bastard. Good luck and be happy. I'd like to hand you over to my beautiful wife and manager, Linda.
Thank you, Danny, and thank you, everyone here. I don't like to talk very much. I'm kind of a behind-the-scenes kind of person, but I got my degree in social science, interdisciplinary, and I'm in the music business, and I was in the computer business, but my job is mostly about people. All I can say about the arts, you're giving something beautiful to people in a world that can be very crazy sometimes, and it's all about the people that you're affecting by your art. I take great pleasure in meeting people that were affected by their music. People that say, when I was Stone Blue, rock and roll sure helped me through, and I find out that this young boy is dying and his father is playing the music at his bedside and then he comes out of a coma. So you're affecting people. Remember that. Everything you do that's beautiful is affecting people with emotion. Thank you very much.